Welcome to my channel Manifest Your Quest, guys. This is Rashi. I'm a coach, I'm a tarot reader, and today I have on my show a celebrated and decorated journalist, Anupama Kumar. She has 16 years of experience in mainstream journalism. She has done extensive reporting from covering Mumbai Floods to Mumbai Blasts, 2611 attack. She has done Mumbai Metro Show for 4 years. She has anchored that. Not only that, I have seen you, I have witnessed you taking the interviews of top-notch Bollywood celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan, Madhuri Dixit, then Salman Khan, Karan Johar. These are just a few names that I'm just mentioning. You are much more than that. I have seen you really rising up like Phoenix. So I would like you to first start with, how did you do all that for yourself? How did you get here?
Okay, thank you so much, Rashi. I would like to thank you for summing up my whole journey in such beautiful words. So now, going back to your question, we have read this book in school, in colleges, and that was The Alchemist. And there's a line in it that if you really want something, the universe conspires to make it happen. It just happened. Maybe I wanted it to do, and I did it.
I know that Smriti Irani used to call you up. I know that you have been feeding Shah Rukh Khan with a cake, and I have witnessed all that in your interviews and on your channel Aajtak. I have seen all that. So how is it that to be with friends with these big shots after all?
Just a small correction that I did not feed Shah Rukh Khan, he fed me. So it was during.
That's even more interesting. That is even more.
So this was just before the release of Om Shanti Om. So we had gone there, female reporters, like 4 or 5 female reporters had gone there, and we were live that day. And then he cut the cake, and then he was feeding everyone one by one. And I have told this story many times to you, but then this one is for your viewers. So the cake, I saw the cake coming to me. Back then, I didn't I didn't eat the food already tasted by someone. So I was like thinking, okay, ye mere paas aa raha hai, jhutha hai. But then it was a live bulletin, and I had to eat it. Now, now coming back to your question, that how is it being like in the inner circle? So just to simplify it, it's not actually inner circle, because you also know that inner circle is something, very few people are in a person's inner circle. So but yeah, I would say, I would like to put it like this, that I was I saw them very closely. I saw them very closely because simply for the reason, because I have covered them so many times. I have been to their events. I have done one-on-one. So I saw them, all of them, very, very closely. So how is it like being? Yeah, earlier when I started, it was like I used to call everybody, because at that time I wasn't there on social media, I think. So I used to call everyone and say that मेरा आने वाला है channel पे, and देख लो. And so people from my native place, my mother and my in-laws and everybody. So it started like this, and after a while, what happened? After 1 or 2 years, I started anchoring a bulletin, and it was like daily thing for me. I used to anchor it every day. So even I lost interest. अब तो ये रोज का ही काम है, तो अब क्या है? मतलब after after a point of time, you think, अच्छा, this is a daily job for me. तो क्या ही लोगों को बताना है,
Like, you are really, really very modest, very humble. I have seen it when I told you once that when I know that Smriti Rani called you on when I was there, and
I just just want to say something that I still receive messages from Smriti Irani on Holi Diwali, but that's not because Smriti Irani especially sends me messages. I think because she has my number in her phone book. That is why she sends messages to everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
Good, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That,
You are
okay,
so modest. You are so modest. I must say this, Anupama, because I know that how you spend your Holi, how you spend your Diwali, how you spend your Ganpati, spending with these top shots. I know that. I have witnessed it myself. So you tell me, how is it that you are so modest and like, yeah, that is fine with, like, it's okay. That is the way you have taken it. What is it?
Oh, just let me tell you, it was like when I started covering these celebrities, I saw that they all are so grounded people, they are very, very simple people actually. And it's just their work, like acting is their work, everything that they achieve, despite all this and despite achieving so much, they are all also modest. And especially when I talk about Amitabh Bachchan, so he's the epitome of modesty. At least,
so it is perhaps flowing from there, you're telling me.
He looks very modest. He is a very, very humble person. When we sit with him, and he generally talks about everything. Achha, he'll ask you about everything. Like before, it takes a little time to set up camera and everything, and then in those 5-10 minutes, he will talk about various things. Achha, he will ask, "आप कहाँ से हैं? आप कहाँ काम करते हैं? कब से काम करते हैं?" Now all that's and then you feel that okay, this is Amitabh Bachchan talking to me and asking so many questions, and then he wants to know about me. So फिर your feeling ही अलग होता है. So obviously you learn from all these people.
Wonderful. I must say, I'm sure my viewers are actually learning a lot from you, Anupama. You are an epitome of modesty. That is a fact. And I've seen you with people, with a top-notch people. I've seen you in Kaun Banega Crorepati. I've seen you going to Big Boss and, reviewing their place up, before the Big Boss, actually happened. Not only that, I know that you have been reporting for Filmfare, and you were there reporting. I think you were among very few of those selected to actually report for Filmfare. Just perhaps just two of you, right? So you have been doing that for 4 years or more, and not only that, I have seen you in among the top-notch journalist list, which people know by their first names. Like when I went with you on certain event, I still remember people were like, they were hugging you, calling you out with their names, first name. Anupama, they all know your name, first name. And I was like, oh my God, she's such a celebrity. I never knew it. And you actually always, fine, that is okay. That's such a beautiful attitude, I must say. And I think everybody should learn from that. Tell me which star you think is the most interesting of the lot.
Rashi, there's a long, long list of celebrities. But then if you ask me to name a few, then I'll name Dev Anand, Amitabh Bachchan, Smriti Irani, and Manvendra Singh. So who is Manvendra Singh? I'll tell you later. So there's a quote which says that you will not find anyone or anything interesting unless you are interested in them. So I was always interested in Dev Anand and Amitabh Bachchan as a fan. So when I met Dev Anand for the first time, so he called me lovely lady, and then I discovered that he addresses every female or every woman as lovely lady. So I was like heartbroken. But then when I met Dev Anand, he was 90 years old. So I had that image in my mind when he's singing "Ek ghar banaunga tere ghar ke samne," and then "Khamu tum ya koi hakikat." And then comes Amitabh Bachchan, who bears that angry young man kind of look. Always, there's something in his eyes, and when you look into his eyes, he's magnetic. Amitabh Bachchan is magnetic. He has magnetic properties. So, and also let me tell you that journalists, they are very casual with most of the stars because we meet them multiple times, and then there's kind of comfort level. But Amitabh Bachchan is one star, in front of whom all the journalists, they get scared and they start fumbling, stammering, and then even even I got nervous. when I interviewed Amitabh Bachchan. So he is like that. And then comes Smriti Irani. So let me tell you something about Smriti Irani, that she is a very, very hardworking lady, and she's gifted with amazing memory. Like, once I told her कि ऐसा लगता है कि आपको पिछले जन्म का भी सब कुछ याद रहता है. And then she knows 9 languages. Once I was sitting at her home, so I have been to her place 2-3 times. So she was talking to somebody in Marathi, and then she switched to Gujarati, and then she's talking in Parsi, and I was surprised कि ये क्या है. Then I asked her कि आपको कितने languages आते हैं. Then she said 9. और फिर काउंट करके बताया कि ये लैंग्वेज आते हैं. Then 9 languages and fluent. So she is amazing lady, and she deserves to be at a much, much higher position than this. Now comes Manvendra Singh. So he is a prince of Rajpipla. You search about him. So he is the first gay prince of India. So he was the first royalty in India who went on to declare that he is a gay. Then he was disowned by his family. And then this news became international news, and he was invited for Oprah show. And then when he landed back to India, I was the first electronic reporter to interview Manvendra Singh. We both were talking for more than an hour. And then he changed my perception about people, about life, and how I used to look at gay or lesbians. And then everything changed. So he's one person I'll credit. But he changed my perception about a lot of things. So yeah, these are few interesting people.
So tell me, I'm also interested that perhaps this is the most interesting interview that you had with the what was his
The
name?
Prince
Yeah,
Manvendra Singh.
Manvendra Singh, right? It was perhaps one of the most your favorite interviews, perhaps.
Yes, very,
Um,
very insightful.
Now, coming to my subject manifestation, I really
Yes.
want to ask you. You have done so much. We have come from the same place. I have seen you grow. We have all grown up together. How did you manifest so much for yourself? What was it that actually led you to manifestation of all this? I'd like to know that.
It's very cliche, but let me tell you that there are actually no shortcuts in life. So every person has a long journey full of struggle. Every person, irrespective of your background, your social status, your financial status, and though everyone has different definition for hard work, but then this is the only thing that is required to achieve what you want to achieve. And obviously persistence and consistency. It was very difficult for me because I was in electronic journalism, which requires us to be on field for so long, which requires us to work at erratic hours. And then I used to come. There were times I used to come at home at 3 a.m. in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning. There were times when I didn't used to come home. I used to be on field whole night. And then my kids were small. My son was very small. So now when I look back and then I imagine, hey Bhagwan, itna kaam kaise kar liya? I am surprised thinking about myself. Okay, was that me who was working so much?
So you have actually deserved every reward of every.
Yes, I would like to say that I deserved, and I have worked very, very hard for it.
Okay, wonderful. You have actually earned all that celebrated status that you have holding today, right? There is one more very important question that I really want to ask you. Tell me about your transformations and your breakthroughs in life. I know the little Anupama who was there with me in school. She was so different from the one who is sitting here with all those decorated, with all the awards that you have been holding together, that you have been getting all these years, and the position you have been holding, like that, there's a huge difference between the two person. So I want to know, what is the transformation? How did you manage to, break through into that transformation? What was it all about?
So, Rashi, what happens that transformation is not a single day process. It happens in stages. When we pass out from school, when we go to college, there is a transformation. Then when we, like both of us, when we shifted from a small city, three-tier city to a metro, we kind of got a culture shock, and then happens really, really big transformation. And then I got into the field of journalism, and then when I landed in Mumbai, so yeah, this was the biggest breakthrough, I would say. And I think I always wanted this. I wanted this, just talking to people, meeting people, gaining knowledge. I would say that even if you don't get time to read books, don't read it. Just talk to people. Talk to your watchmen, talk to your mates, talk to drivers, talk to slum people, talk to the biggest people, the biggest industrialist, and you will learn everything in life. You really, and travel. Traveling is also like you talk to people from other culture, other countries. So this is something that I wanted to do. Like it's something that is very, very interesting and also very adventurous.
My viewers would like to see all those awards that you have. But maybe not all the awards, but you can show us few awards that you have actually garnered in all these years.
So this is the pen that I won in KBC press conference. There was a quiz for press media people, so I won this Mont Blanc pen. Then this award I won in Das Kadam press conference, and it's a Fitbit sports watch. This is a belt. My son has broken the belt. So, and then I have this silver bowl, which was gifted by Mukesh Ambani's PR, and it was a gift for a few reporters who had gone to cover a very important event at his house. And then this is the award. This my daughter has broken this. So this one I received when Modi ji nominated India Today Group for Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So I started doing stories with actors, and I stopped. I asked them not to cut the cake. We used to plant trees and spread awareness on Swachhata. So, even actors also, they all like this concept. Ki haan, faltu ka cake makes abhi nahi katte hain, let's do something different. So, for this concept, I was awarded this. And then I received
truly deserved. The award is
for 2611 coverage. So, these are few things.
Can you show us that 2611 coverage? What was the sash all about? Can you show us?
I am a brave heart.
You are a brave heart. That's so wonderful. So, Anupama, can you share your experience with Metro Show, Mumbai Metro Show, that you anchored for almost 4 years?
And when I started anchoring it, so it was obviously a very, very great feeling, because to be anchor on India's #1 news channel is I can't explain that feeling. But then slowly I started thinking that it's 11:30 show, kaun dekhta hai isko, and then happened 2611, and after this 2611, for 3.5 years, I was just reading news about Kasab, about 2611, and the TRP was like 1,000, 1,100 or something. So it was something that had never happened in that slot. Not because of me, but it was because of the news. Because 2611 at that time was the biggest ever terrorist attack that happened inside a city in India. So this ruled that slot for 3 to 4 years.
So can you share your takeaways from your journey? Your journalism journey.
News is all about research. Since you asked me about takeaway from the journalism, so that's what I want to say. And also know more and more about your history, because it is said that the more you know about your past, the better prepared you are for your future. So know more and more about your history of everything, history of country, political history, cultural history, industrial history, all kind of history. and then you will understand the news. If you don't know the background, you can't, you can't know the news properly.
I'm sure my viewers must have got quite a lot from you. So today I have got so much from you and my viewers too. Thank you so much, Anupama. Such a wonderful, lovely lady from. That's what Devanand said to you, right? And I am going to say that again to you.
Yes.
Charming lady and a lovely lady that we have here. Truly, she is one. But one last incident that I really want to tell you all is I was a fan of Fawad Khan, and I told her that I really want to meet him. The very next day, she said, "Come on, let's meet Fawad Khan. You want to meet him? I'm taking his interview. I have arranged for the interview, and are you coming over?" I said that I'm suffering from a migraine. How can you take an interview today? And she actually did it right the next day. You won't believe it, guys. And I was totally devastated.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. And then you were regretting it all your life, like you're regretting Fawad Khan said he was second. And then I also shared the link of the interview. I remember
I'm telling
that.
you, she has taken the interview of all possible celebrities that I know of, all the wonderful people that I know of. It was wonderful having you, Anupama, here. Thank you so much. And guys, stay connected to manifest your quest. So come back and watch my channel again. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye for now.
Please subscribe and watch my friend Rashi Roop Laxmi's channel.